right, guys. So I'm here today with a really awesome band. These guys are really just incredible. I basically discovered them by chance, on the interwebs. And I'm super stoked to be having a chat with them today. It's Club Valley. Guys, how you doing?
Hey man, how you doing? We're doing well, man.
Yeah, we're good,
Yeah,
man.
we're good. How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm always good. I'm always good. And I'm super stoked today that we got you guys on the show. It's one that I've really been looking forward to. And I just want to know, right off the bat, in terms of how many members there actually are in Club Valley, because I remember initially, I used to see a lot of images with, there was like three of you guys, and then recently it's literally just been two of you.
Yeah.
So officially, how many guys, make Club Valley?
I mean, right now we're playing as a two-piece band, but like the band's been running for quite some time, so we've had like rotating members of the band.
Yeah.
Like we were four-piece at some stage, we were three-piece at some stage, and now we're two-piece. But yeah, everyone is still part of the band, I guess. But like right now we're a two-piece band.
So then how does that actually work? Like, if say for example, the both of you are the main guys and then you obviously have the other guys as well still involved, is it a matter of, them coming through and just, picking up where they left off? Like how do they catch up? How does this actually work?
I feel like they always like caught up, I guess. It's like
Yeah.
it's like the music is the same regardless of who's in the band, but like having more people in the band, of course, like if we're friends joining us and shit like that, I know the sound is better, but like yeah, I mean most of our friends have like solo projects, so they focus more on that. And Jason and I are like we're just trying to do the Club Valley thing. Like we've disbanded most of our solo projects just to focus on this one project. So yeah, if
Yeah.
that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, it does. It makes a lot of sense, guys. And you mentioned there that you guys, you sort of put your solo projects on hold. Tell me a bit more about that there, Jason. Maybe we can start with you, bro. What did you sort of, what was your solo projects before doing Club Valley?
My solo project is not really music side. Like music, I'm purely Club Valley. Um, the solo projects that I pursue is more with clothing and art. So like I started a brand with one of my friends, Public Domain. So I was doing that before, and then also this year I started like just pursuing also just clothing on my own capacity and like own ideas. So yeah, that's what I do on my solo project.
That's really sick, dude. And it's actually interesting that you were doing clothing. Do you find that there are any maybe similarities between the whole clothing gig and actually making music as part of Club Valley?
Oh, most definitely. Like I feel like I'm creating like the attire for just this whole like universe or creative world where like we're legit creating like the Valley world or um yeah, like this universe. Like I get to like create the attire. How like Kanye is basically making like Yeezy and making it like the attire for the world right now. I feel like I'm doing it for this.
Well, micro fucking world.
Yeah,
Yes, that's so sick. And obviously didn't get, names initially. So we've got Jason and we've got
Nigel.
Nigel. That is awesome, bro. Nigel, what was your solo project, bro, before diving into Club Valley full on?
I mean, I've been making music. I started the band in 2017 with my homie Timmy, but like I've always been making music from like producing to writing and shit like that. So when I started the band, I just wanted to shift more away. Like I didn't shift away from like a DI kind of setting, like where I was making music on like a computer and it was just like a little MIDI board and I would do that. But I wanted to get more into like studios and like have live sounds, like connect to shit. So yeah, Club Value is definitely my art. But yeah, so I mean I'm still putting out like beats, like I'll sell beats on the internet and stuff. But yeah, that's like pretty much that's like my side projects. I like film and stuff like that. But it's like yeah, I do a lot of things. I mean, we both do a lot of things. Like yeah, our side projects. There's so much. Like we're musicians, but like we're also poets. We're writers. We try and curate culture in a sense in our little circle or to the people around us. So it's like yeah,
Hey, that is sick, bro. And the fact that you even produce, it just shows that you're very versatile then. What sort of stuff do you actually produce when it comes to your solo work? Is it more like hip hop or is it pretty much similar to what you guys are doing as Club Valley?
I mean, it changes. I mean, I started off like making bedroom pop, like but with like trappier kind of like sounds and like and escapes. Then I moved on to, I don't know, like disco. So it's like it changes, but it's like it's I still play guitar and like I'll pick up a keyboard and there, but it's like I'm composing mostly on like a computer. So it's like it's everything. I do everything for my solo projects. I'll like I do everything, bro.
Tell me about that experience at Afropunk. Yeah, apparently you guys, met up there somehow. And then that is how it sort of was formed. Let me in on that a bit more.
Yeah, it was like a crazy. When was it? 2009, 2019, going into 2020.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, I didn't even know Jason. Like, well, I kind of know him because like everyone in Joburg knows each other weirdly. But like Jason was there, I was there, like, and he kept on looking at me the whole time. But like we didn't know each other, so it was like yeah. Then later on, I think like 3 days after Afropunk, I put up a post that our band was looking for a drummer, and someone was like, "Yo, Jason can definitely play the drums." I'm like, "Yo, the fuck is Jason?" Then I met him like 2 days after that, like in 5 days after Afropunk we'd met, like I found out he lived down the road from where I stayed in Auckland Park, and we just kicked it. And I think we had a jam session that night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, you're in the van, bro, let's go.
That is so crazy. And who actually drives the direction that you guys actually do musically? Like, is it something where Jason was already listening to maybe similar stuff to what you guys make, and Nigel, you were also listening to that sort of stuff, and it sort of came together? Or was it more like Nigel was like, okay, bro, I'm into like psychedelic or whatever, and then Jason had to sort of follow suit?
Nah.
Yeah,
it's always just been because like I feel like the way we play music, or the way I perceive it, is like we're just speaking. And when it comes to influence, like I like mainly listen to like hip hop, like Kendrick Lamar.
Shout out K Dot, like
yeah, I don't know who else to reference right now.
Shout out.
Like right now, but then yeah, Nigel's music taste is totally different to what I listen to, or what I was listening to. It was just I think it was just about like us legit being in a room and just playing music and listening to each other, and like seeing how we can progress individually, but also like make it make sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was never really a choice of like,
this is what we're going for in terms of like sound. I feel like
yeah,
we don't even like consider ourselves like people like they've labeled us a lot of things, but I think Club Valley is just like it's literally just music to us.
Yeah, like
it just happens to be guitar themed, so it's like a subgenre of rock somehow. We'll go from like screamcore stuff to like very melodical stuff. So it's like
you guys pull it off really well though. I feel like you're very consistent with the sound that you've got, and I feel like that's actually very difficult to like get down, and that's why you'll find that maybe some artists you don't have that consistency. Someone will make one track that sounds completely unique to another, whereas with you guys, as much as each track is unique, you can still sort of, I don't want to say box it, but it still has that sort of familiar, like you just know that this is Club Valley, right? So then how do you guys actually pull that off? Yeah, it's got that signature sound now. So how are you guys able to pull that off? I mean, look at your tapes, right? You got Club Valley, you got Club Valley 2, Club Valley 3, 2 tracks in each of those tapes there, and it literally sounds like each of those tracks were meant to be in one sort of album in a way, because of how consistent you guys were with that sound. So how are you able to do that so consistently?
I feel like we write from a place of like feeling, and our lives are like a shared, like it's kind of like there's like Bradford Cox says something in his song. He's like, we'll go to sleep and we'll have the same dream. I feel like that's what happens with like me and Jason. Like we'll literally go to sleep and we'll have the same dream, and we'll try and convey a feeling. It's like, the music is gonna sound like it's coming from the same mood, from the same vibe, from the same feeling, until we're done with that project and we move to the next one, which is pretty cool because we don't then try and write based off like, we need to make a happy song, or like we just write based on the feeling that we're feeling. We experience most of the same shit because we're like homies too, like outside of the band. So like, if that answers that.
Yeah, it definitely does. And I mean, as Jason, you were saying there, bro, that your influence is more like the hip hop side. I would never have been able to tell because that's like another thing that points at how well you guys execute the sound that you do. Like, I think similar bands that I've heard in the past, that I would like immediately when I heard of heard your guys' music. You guys don't sound like anyone else, obviously, but I sort of was reminded a bit of, I don't know if you guys have heard of like bands like Waves, if you've heard of like Bass Drum of Death, those kind of like Tame Impala type stuff. But at the same time, just the fact that you guys, have different influences, or that your influences aren't exactly in those sort of genres, yet you're able to pin this sound down to a T. It takes like incredible musicians. Like, did you guys go to like some sort of fraternity? Did you guys study music, or did you guys sort of just, come across it and you just winged it?
I mean, Jason has like musical education. I don't have any.
Yeah,
But yeah, you.
I've been drumming since like 2012, I think, 2012. I was able to like do music at school, and like I chose the drums at that stage. And yeah, the school was very good at like the music side. Like the person that was controlling was very good. Also, like my drum teacher was crazy. So I had that opportunity, which I'm like super grateful for. Because like before I joined the band, so like I was playing drums from 2012 to like 2017, and then I stopped for like 2 years because I was done with high school and I was in university, and I didn't really have that space to do it because I wasn't like doing music. And then yeah, like it just came that like yo, they needed a drummer, and then it was the perfect timing.
Oh, dude, this story, how everything just sort of came together is actually really incredible. Like, some of my favorite music by you guys is on, I think it's Ebony's Last Demos, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh
Yo,
yeah.
as a
Oh,
project.
shout out for listening to them. That's like
Yeah.
archive.
Yeah, dude. Like, honestly, I feel like as a project, it's so complete because you obviously have some tracks in there that are just literally like instrumentals. And I feel like those just work, really well with some of the stuff where you guys have lyrics. Like, one of my favorite joints on there is Moon, which is just purely sort of like an instrumental. And it's just as good as, say, for example, Boy, which has, lyrics in there and it's that sort of vibe. So with you guys, when it comes to your sort of creative process, which would you say you guys actually like have more fun doing? I know it's probably an unfair question because making music in general should be fun for you guys, but do you find that maybe it's a lot smoother just, making like an instrumental, or would you say it's just as simple as maybe coming up with lyrics or something?
I think instrumentals are kind of like for me per se. I will already have like a song, like the lyrics of a song done, just because like 3 words like can spark the craziest like yeah the craziest like conversation in a song or whatever. So I think the most fun thing for me personally is the songwriting. Yo, instrumentally, like yo, we go for hours. Like Jason won't like the stuff that I'm playing. I won't like the stuff that Jason is playing. So like, yeah, the instrumental part of of everything is like super, but it's cool though. It's like cooler now when you're like starting to play around with like pedals and like, cause we used to just play bare.
Yeah,
I just used to play bare, like you just mic the drums and I'd run my guitar dry. But now like we're getting into like a shoegazier approach of things. We have a pedal board, so things are starting to sound spacey and cooler. So I guess we're gonna start enjoying that more than the songwriting even going like into the next projects.
I like the process of listening to the music, if that counts. Like yo, I'm like our biggest fan. No one's gonna,
Word.
yeah, like it's actually like it's quite, my friends call me what is it?
A hog?
Yeah, I don't know. They call me
A lot of things.
a lot of things. But like I'm steady jamming Club Valley, and like yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, the listening.
Nigel, you mentioned there when it comes to writing, that literally 3 words could spark, conversation somehow. And that reminds me of, in Boy, there's a little, I don't know if it's a voice note or a phone call that you guys, put in there. What is that actually about?
Yeah.
Who actually sent that? Because I know it's got something to do with, the homie wanting to spend more time with himself, more like a it's not you, it's me type thing.
Yeah.
So who was that firstly, and who was it to, and what is that whole thing about?
Yeah. So the song, I composed this song like in our house. But then I didn't even write like the main like some my friend kept on like see he's not like a musician or anything, but he kept on like saying that like you say you wanna stay. I was like, yo, that shit is fire. Let's put it in the song. And it ended up like becoming this whole thing where he was like breaking up with his girlfriend over a beat that I made and I was singing about it. So yeah, that's like my homie Z. He's like yeah, he's just saying like, yeah, I'm just like I'm not trying to like be in a relationship type shit.
Does he know he's in the song?
Yeah, credits, man. He wrote the song. Like, I'll fuck with him. That's my boy.
Does the girl know that he was sending that to? That she's?
Oh, I don't think so. Like, I don't think she knows. I don't think she knows that there's a song about it. But I'm sure she went through the song like in real life. Like
She experienced it in HD.
Yeah, like she had to go through it.
That takes it, guys. Another favorite of mine on that project is I think it's so long, and one of the lines as well that you guys say on there is waking up at 3 a.m. and it immediately reminded me of a recent conversation that we had with Werner Becker. And he was also talking about, back in the day having to stay up, till like the wee hours of the morning and such. And that, this seems to be something that's very common with most creatives, and that, they don't get any sleep. So do you guys sort of not get any sleep as well? Is that part of like, the writing and the creative process, or do you guys actually get enough sleep?
I feel like now we're getting more sleep than we were like probably like previously. Because also like we're like young people and all our homies are like creatives. So like we'll say we're going out for drinks as like homies and we'll just like stay up till the morning and you want to come back and still like work on art because you feel like experience breeds art. So like I've been out the whole night. I'm coming back. I have all these stories I want to fucking relay, whether in fucking painting or song or whatever. So yeah, I think we used to have a lot of late nights. But now it's like, yo, gotta be responsible.
When it comes to like families and stuff, are your family supportive of what you guys are doing as Club Valley?
Yeah, I think like family structures are different in every household, but we've been able to like talk to our people about what we do and kind of like express to them that we're trying to garner our own independence and freedom by choosing this way of life, which is like pretty hard to like, I guess like to tell your parents that you want to be an artist and you don't want to get like a normal job and that like you kind of feel like it's too late for you to go to school now and like try and become a doctor or whatever. So I think, yeah, we do have support. Well, personally, I have support from my people. They're not really too stressed out about it.
I think like they can see that we believe in what we're doing.
What's the long-term goal here, guys? Where do you guys want to see yourselves?
Man, we're trying to record an album with Rick Rubin. Like, like end it like next year. Like we're trying to make so much music. There's like so much stuff that we want to do, like in terms of like music. There's like so many ideas we want to express, like even with Jason and like clothing. Like there's just so much we want to do in the realm of art, and I don't think we're ever gonna stop doing this. Like I don't know, like we're like not religious people per se, but like we believe in God, and that's like one of the things that we talk about like a lot. So we just like we just want to do this like forever, really. Play festivals, like make really good albums, like work with really cool musicians and producers and all of that.
I want to headline all those stages, those big stages, have the craziest sound.
Dude,
like headlining with
and
the
festival stage is so nice.
Yo,
like it's the best thing to be on a festival stage.
I swear, like just give us the space. Like when the space is provided, we will not disappoint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is music for the people, by the people. So it's like.
Oh, that's good. It's gonna be so fucking fun.
Are you guys stoked with what you've achieved so far though? Like, do you feel like you guys are on the right path? Because I mean, with you guys were, I think even Text, did like a young sort of cover on you guys, in terms of like an article. You guys have, bloody hell, man, on Instagram, you guys are on like 700 plus followers, following no one. You guys are doing really well. So are you guys proud of where you guys are at this stage? Do you feel like, you could have been maybe a little further?
I feel like we're like walking, like we're taking steps every day. So we don't really like stop and look at things like that. Although we are very grateful that we are able to do music. I feel like, we're like about to go further and further and further and further.
How did you guys feel when because we've had actually Tex on the show as well, and she's really incredible though. The whole, what she's doing is really incredible for South African music, and her platform is major. How did you guys actually feel when, she did like an article on you guys?
we're like stoked. Like
Yeah,
we're like,
that was
cause
cool.
we don't really get like a lot of people like writing about us and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So that Text in the City was one of the first like
articles.
yeah,
Yeah,
articles
sure.
that put something about us up. That was like
Yeah,
really cool.
that was mad cool.
Yeah, that was so fun. We're so grateful. Like we're so happy that week. I think like yeah, when you were googling us like at a certain like that was the first thing that would pop up. So it kind of made us feel like, oh man, we're so legit, bro. Like we can make more music. Like it feels good to be doing this. Like little
Yeah.
big achievements like
Also,
that.
also like
Little
the
bigs.
when you search Club Valley now, like it used to the locations used to pop up. Now it's just us. So
Yeah,
that's also cool.
it kind of made us like solid. How we
Yeah.
start. So shout out to Tex for real.
Nah, guys, honestly, I mean, like Jason, I'm a huge like listener of you guys' music. I really enjoy it. I started listening to it about a week ago, just in sort of preparation for this interview as well. And I've really been enjoying it. I feel you guys are able to set the mood. You guys are able to, like, honestly, bro, it's like super chilled music. I really enjoy it. I feel like you guys executed well. And obviously with Club Valley 3 having dropped as well, as your latest with both Boulevard and I think it's MTV as well in there.
Yeah,
We have to close out with a track, obviously, and we did touch on all three projects a little bit as well in the initially and such. Which of the two is your guys' favorite?
Boulevard.
Yeah.
Why that one over MTV?
Yeah, he likes MTV because I think you like the Daniel Johnston cover.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But Boulevard, man. Boulevard is like 2 minutes. It's like really cool. The lyrics are like super. I like the words on Boulevard. The bass line is crazy.
It is insane. I mean, how did you guys actually come up with that song? Briefly before, because I mean, we are going to be closing out with it. Then I'm going to get handles. But how did Boulevard actually come up?
I think we're rehearsing for a show. We were playing it as a 3-piece at the time with our good friend and brother Timmy Afilaka.
Timmy.
He's also a musician, really good musician. We're just like rehearsing for a show, and he started playing the bass line. And the first word came in like, and I know I've been there before, and we're like, yo, let's run with it. And I think the original song was like 6 minutes.
Not 8.
It had us so long, and then like all these other parts they were like super unnecessary, but like everyone liked the song because it was like super. It's just one of those things that, like God's gift, like one that you can see at that very moment. It was like, yo, super sick. Like, yo, we just got a song. We didn't even have to go like, we didn't even try and like dig deep for it. It just came. It just came to us in that fucking moment. Yeah. So yeah, that's how that song came about. Really.
Yeah, no, it's really incredible, and it's also my favorite song as well on the tape. It's one that I listen to a lot. So yeah, I think it's the best song to close out with. And for anyone who's listening to this and may want to reach out to you guys and maybe work or just send some merch or some love your way, how do they go about doing that? What are your handles?
It's Club Valley everywhere, literally everywhere, except for our Twitter, which is the Valley Boys with 3 Z's. But everywhere else, it's like Club Valley. On LinkedIn, we have like, we're all over the place, and it's just Club Valley. Like it doesn't really change. We're also blessed with that name. Like no one was like using it, so it's like ours. Like it's our idea. So like if you type in Club Valley wherever you are in the world, in the country. We'll pop up.
No, that's incredible. Are there any parting words for the people that have been showing you support till now?
Right on. We'd like to thank everyone. Like we love everyone. Like we love everyone who listens to our music. We love everyone. We love the world, and we love every human being in it. And also, we have like a really nice project coming out. Like later on this year, it's like a full length EP, 5 songs on there. It's called what is it called?
Life as you know it. The best of luck at the worst of times.
There it is.
It's an exclusive, guys.
Yes,
Heard on
sir.
Sludge Underground for the very first time ever. Shout out, shout out, shout outs. Guys, thank you so much for having this conversation with me. I hope everyone is excited for that drop. But we're obviously going to be closing out with Boulevard right now. Before we go, don't forget to check out everything Sludge Underground on our website. It's www.sludgeunderground.com. Social media, we are at Sludge Underground on every social media platform except Twitter. We are at Sludge031. As for myself, it's as 1031. It's been an awesome episode with Club Valley. Until next time, you're closing out with Boulevard. It's bye for now.